Shalom, shalom, Mishpaka. Now, this is your host, Brian Anthony. Binyah with Beyond Babbitt reporting for duty. Your host, Brian Anthony. Binyah with Beyond Babbitt reporting for duty. Reporting to you live from behind enemy lines. Reporting to you live from the United States of Israel. Hello and welcome. Okay, what we got here? All right, man. Appreciate y'all for joining in, for tapping in, for chiming in with your boy. Hallelujah. I mean, this is impromptu, guys. Figured people would be on lunch. Just want to check in with you guys, tap in with you guys, pick your brains, see if you heard anything. And I'm just going to give you the information that I have. I may do one later on. Put with it. But when I say Mayday, guys, so historically, the Western nations, the Gentile nations, the European nations go to war 2 times a year. In the spring, and the spring, and the spring. And the next time of year is May. In May. Historically, May Day is May the 1st. Historically, May Day is May the 1st. Today is what? April the 21st. Right? About a little less than 2 weeks. Judah Love, shalom, brother. Welcome to the show. Have a great day. All right, man. I appreciate you for chiming in, man. I'm trying to see if anybody's heard anything. I was gathering information yesterday and my feed got cut. But this is what I do know. Let's go and get that out there. It went from 80,000 border with the Ukraine to 120,000, now 150,000 on but it's Russia, and the 150,000 troops are inside of Russia on the border with Ukraine, though. And you know, Ukraine, we've been trying to get that since Bush was in office, since Obama was in office, and everybody since then. And Russia went ahead and we did get them separated, and the fight is over Crimea and the pipeline and all that. But so there are currently no-fly zones set up in that area by Russia. There are also blockades for the ships. No ships can sail right now except Russian vessels in the Black Sea. Also, Putin unveiled to Ukraine, not to Ukraine. I forgot what country is that. There was a country that the U.S. had green lighted on the president, and Biden in on it, and Russia revealed it to him. The FSB, used to be the KGB, got wind of it during their surveillance and intelligence gathering, and they called and he called Biden and let him know, we know that you're planning to assassinate, I forgot the guy's name, Kushenko or whatever, my bad for that. And so now those guys are going to Russia for protection. Also, Belarus. I think they've decided they want to join up with Russia, and that's going to increase Russia's border. And they like, we want to be a part of y'all again for protection. So we're not even talking about the South China Sea yet. We're still on the Black Sea. So what they call Great Britain, they're going to sail some ships through there, even though Russia said no ships can sail through there. They got 2 of them they about to send through there. We got strike forces and stuff headed that way, if they're not already there. And building up, we got aircraft carriers and planes and nuclear boomers, all on the border, all in Ukraine. And that's why Russia said, okay, y'all building up on our border. Russia just made a public announcement. Their subways to make sure they're bomb-proof and bulletproof. Oh, they're telling their people they're slowly disappearing, going into the underground bunkers. All the people with wealth and money and importance. And Russia's telling their citizens, be ready for nuclear confrontation soon. Mayday, Mayday, Mayday. We got less than 2 weeks, man. You ain't hear nothing on our news. You hear, oh yeah, the guy got Chauvin guilty on all charges. Then you're hearing the judge saying we might overthrow it because of what Maxine Waters said. She influenced the decision. We might have to be a mistrial. And then on the same day, he was found guilty. A young black teenager, what they call lady, young female, shot to death by a cop in Ohio, same day. So man, we finna get. We're not looking at the big picture. We're all focused on this little civil war, and it's not going to be a little one. And then at the same time, all these countries are coming together to fight. We're in the thing. And that's just, man, I don't know, man. This thing's looking ugly. On top of the famine that's happening, the food shortage, the plague, pestilence, all this stuff is right on. And all the volcanoes erupting and earthquakes. We need to be ready for anything at any time, guys. No one is going to tell you this. Your government is not going to tell you this. I usually keep some things with me at all times, but I got a bug out bag prepared. And I was meaning to bring it with me today, you know what I'm saying? Because yesterday, the situation where they cut the feed, I didn't know if it was an EMP attack or what that was going on, but I may have to start bringing that with me. There's a lot going on, guys. The whole world is already engaged. Israel has struck Iran. Iran has struck Israel. Taiwan is asking for weapons from us. More planes, more jets, even nuclear weapons. Japan has flew through China. China tried to set up a no-fly zone in the South China Sea. Japan flew some jets, some F-16s that they got from us, flew them through there. A lot of stuff going on, guys. So are you guys hearing anything? Anything that I should know about? China has endorsed Bitcoin. All the other countries are talking about doing away with Bitcoin because they all have their own independent digital currencies that they're about to bring out and force upon the people. I don't know, guys. There's a lot of stuff that's going on. There's several new strands of the CV that's out, that's spreading like wildfires. India had 200,000 deaths in one day with the new strand that they got. And Bill Gates did them guys a big favor, didn't he? He's going to reduce their population way down. And so India, 200,000 deaths in one day, guys. And they got incinerators going around the clock, burning the bodies. And they said the incinerators almost shut down because of overuse. They started to melt down. And so it's time for Israel, the real Israel, the United States of Israel, to rise to the top and shine. Rise up and shine, Israel. We have to lead these nations, man. Ever since the book of Enoch, it talks about how they're going to destroy each other in these days. And all the other prophetic books, even now. So there's going to be a war. I mean, we were reading the other day, they're going to eat each other, literally, and drink each other's blood, just like the fallen when they came here in Noah's day. And we got to be here to pick up the pieces, guys. So forget about your stuff. You know what I'm saying? If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. You see what I'm saying? So forget about your stuff. Start preparing for Mad Max type scenario. I mean, you need to be prepared. You need to have something with you all the time in your vehicle, you know, water, drinking water, change of clothes, because they're also the weather's. We're going to get another cold front here in Texas, and the rain is not bringing it. That's strange. Usually they call it a Easter snap, but usually the rain would bring it in, and it'll only be for a few days. This is something totally different, man. The temperature's dropping way down. Explanation for it, and it's too late in the game. Usually we don't get no hit with this late in the spring, get with any cold weather. It's usually hot from here until October, or sometimes later than that. And speaking of October, the no-fly zone and the ship blockade is effective immediately in Russia, and it's supposed to last until October. And that's why they're steady sending troops to the border, because all these nations are doing war drills again, war games, and bringing out the new weapons. And Russia knows that the 400 years is up. So they knows that their time is up, that the West time is up, that we're going to go free, that we're going to rule the nations, and then know that the war is going to be real this time. You know, they start doing this stuff, when W was in office, every year they do little war drills, and they were trying to get them used to it so they won't get alarmed, you know, as they get bigger and bigger and more countries join in. Oh, we're just practicing. Practicing what? On close to our territory are you, quote unquote, practicing? And so it's getting ugly, guys. The financial system is going to collapse in all countries. So yeah, those who money, that money ain't gonna be worth nothing, especially if you don't take the beast mark. People, oh, I'm finna buy me a house. You know, I can buy this kind of house and that kind of house. I qualify for this. You ain't buying. You're not blessed. You know why? You know how I know? Because you got to borrow to buy it. You blessed, according to Deuteronomy 28, when you don't have to borrow, when you're the lender and not the borrower. See, the curse falls upon the borrower. The blessing is the lender. Who's who? So, you know, everybody want to, oh, credit. No, that's what you call usury. Look up usury in the book. See what the book says about usury. You know, it's not the way to go. So we can't be greedy, a filthy lucre, rapacious. Seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things should be added unto you. So yeah, I mean, there's nothing on any TV station, on any radio station telling you about this. There are a lot of them have been removed from the net. There's hardly any information getting out right now. Everything is hush hush. So I felt like it was urgent to come on here and tell you guys what we're looking at. China and Russia are revamping their policies of first nuclear strike, nuclear strike, yeah? And whole cities and towns can be eradicated in a blink of an eye. Make sure you're right with the Most High, of Abba Yah. But Israel is going to rise to the top, so we can give our lights, we can shine, so we can take over. But they're going to destroy each other. There's no doubt about that. And it's coming soon. I mean, little skirmishes have already been popping off, so it doesn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me if it jumped off in a major way this week, before this week is out. And I'm watching the time, guys, because I'm expecting a call, and then I got somewhere else to be and some other things to do. Let's see what this says over here. Anyway. Kevin Scott, shalom, brother. Welcome to the show. Yeah. So, guys, this is the time of year that they usually do it. So May Day is May the 1st. It didn't happen during the Ides of March, which is the other time that they usually do it, which is March the 15th. Probably because the New Year and the Passover was taking place during that time. But April. They say April Shy was bringing May flowers. But this time it's going to bring a new power. Appreciate the like. Appreciate the thumbs up. All right, Mama Bear and Papa Bear. All right. Hello, hello, hello. It's gonna get ugly, guys. It's gonna get ugly. Food shortages. So this cold snap should hit the whole nation. That's what they're saying. It's gonna hit all of North America. It's gonna kill everybody who started planting crops. It might get taken out. Yeah, they're making it so you're really gonna have to depend on them in the coming days. But we're gonna depend on Yah. Seeing what happened when the volcano erupted. Where was that at? Somewhere in the Caribbean. And they were like, in order to get on one of these ships to get to safety, you gotta take this beast mark. Yeah, that's how serious it is. I mean, they don't care nothing about them people's life. Here, you're gonna take this mark, or you're gonna have to deal with this volcano and this lava and this smoke and these ashes. Take your choice. Crops are getting hit pretty hard. Yeah, I agree. And then the more rain is expected. Oh man, a whole bunch of stuff is looking ugly. But the main thing that they're doing is making us keep our eyes off of the world stage. Focus everything internally. Keep worrying about your money, and the taxes, and the houses, and the vaccine, and all that other stuff. But don't look at what's going on around the world, because everybody about to blow each other up right now. So that's why it's not even on TV, on any news station. And when you think about it, Russia has up to 150,000 troops on their border, right? Their own troops in their own country. But remember, Rumsfeld and W invaded Iraq with that same number, 150,000, and they kept it at that 150,000 troops. So that's war. They let you know that number is a war-ready number, major conflict number. And Mayday, guys, Mayday. I can't tell you, I don't know for a fact that it's going to be on May the 1st, but that's the pattern. So if it didn't happen on the Ides of March in between there, then the next day they're shooting for is May Day. Appreciate that. Hit that thumbs up. All right. So, I don't know what's going on, guys. I mean, I know what's going on, but I really don't know what's going on. Because it's quiet out there. A lot of people are getting deployed, getting sent out. And at the same time, you had another migrant wave come to the border, detained down in Texas, at the bottom down there. We don't know who's all in there. And they just want to oh man. So one thing you want to think of is, if you can get out of the city, if you haven't, do that. I mean, you want to roll around now with your vehicle like an apocalypse mobile, Mad Max scenario. You want to have food and water, weapons, right? Spare clothes, change of clothes, radios, scanners. I mean, apocalypse mobile. Think Mad Max. If you can bulletproof it, do that. Tinted windows. I mean, whatever you can think of, whatever you may need. And you want to have these things at your home, and you want to have them in your vehicle. And if you get out of the vehicle, you want to have, hey man, if you can have bulletproof vest and stuff, do it. Several ways to communicate, exactly. Because we don't know. They said, what was it? The sun produced a CME, a coronal mass ejection. I don't know what they said. Was it an M1? Something like that. I don't know what it was. But it knocked out hand radio signals. They saying the sun did it. A CME is like a natural EMP from the sun. And they can get so severe, it can knock out phone lines, electricity. It can fry a lot of stuff. It did that in what they call the 1800s. It fried all the telegraph machines. And they couldn't, hey, it was down. So all this is going on at the same time. And then you still got the fake Messiah over there with the ish. You're still waiting for the alien disclosure with the Pope and the Catholics. I mean, they all agree on one thing. Every nation agrees on one thing. Everybody has to take this beast mark. Everything else they disagree on. But, I mean, even Russia has come out with their version of it, the Sputnik V or the Sputnik 5. And the 60 countries done signed up to take theirs. But they all agree on it. You're going to take one of them. If you don't take the one from Russia, and if you don't take the one from China, you're going to take the one from these other companies that's killing people every day. They dropping dead every day. Yeah, man. And like I told y'all the other day, I saw, it's on the internet, TD Snakes, world audience, multi-million-dollar quote-unquote pastor, quote-unquote preacher, took the beast mark and did a show called Faith in the Vaccine. My book says, put your faith in no man, especially not in no pharmakia. Put your faith in the Most High Yah. But millions of followers. And they're going to do just what he did. And they trying to give Bibles, verses and scriptures and scenarios. That's if Peter and Paul and Jesus was here, they'd be taking it too. You a lie, man. Yeah, it's the right thing to do. It's the quote-unquote Christian thing to do. You a lie, man. Yeah, but everything all at once, guys. Shalom, Miss Got a Lot of Ego. Welcome to the show. Yeah, CMEs, they have been happening more frequently. And also and we're seeing, get you some binoculars. And I got a monocular. That thing works. Actually, it came on a commercial on my YouTube. Oh, I was watching YouTube. I decided to get it, man. You're supposed to be able to see up to 3 miles and bring it in like it's right in front of you, and it works. I mean, you're not going to be able to see 3 miles because trees and stuff get in the way, but I can say this. You can see a long way and bring it in close, like, yeah. So I can see things or see people and they can't see me. We're going to need that because what I'm hearing is once because, Trump declared, he activated the Stafford Act, which you can use FEMA and stuff before he left. So if any type of catastrophe or calamity happens, they said Biden is bringing in the UN, the blue helmets. And the majority UN soldiers are Chinese troops, PLA, People's Liberation Army, except they won't be in the Chinese uniform. They'll be in the UN uniforms with the blue helmets. They're sending them into the United States. Been telling y'all that for months, years maybe. Some say Barry is running things. It's not Kamala. It's not Kamala. And it's not nobody's home Biden. It's Barry back in the house again, back in the White House. So we can expect the unexpected, guys. We got about 2 weeks to May Day. A little less than 2 weeks to May Day, but it can pop off any minute. They're not going to walk this one back. You know what I'm saying? Now is at the point, when you were kids, around and, ooh, he said this, oh, she said that. And then somebody put a stick on your shoulder. If you bad, knock the stick off the shoulder. That's going to make it jump off. And somebody knocked that stick off, and like two little dogs, y'all go to fight. Except this thing is going to engulf the entire world. Like I've been telling y'all, Highlander can only be one victor. But they got it all wrong. They think, they've set up China to be the lone. No, Israel is going to rise to the top. And I don't mean the ish over there. I mean the United States of Israel. So all the scriptures we've been going over, that's why they hid all the books. But now we have that understanding, we know to come out in every way possible. Eddie Griffin, shalom, huh? All right, man, welcome to the show. Yeah, I was just tapping in, giving the war updates, preparedness updates. And so you got people out there, wolves, predators. They're not going to prepare because they know that what their skill is. They're takers. Once it go down, they're going to feel comfortable. They're like, well, somebody else got it, I'm going to take it. So you got to be prepared for that too. The stuff you think you have stored up, prepped, put away, or whatever, you got some people, professional takers. And I'm like, they know how to get in locks, get in safes, vaults. They know how to get on your property. Yeah, they'll goats, your chickens, your dogs, your car, your truck, your guns, your ammo, your gold, your silver, your wives, your daughters. Professional takers, guys. I met a young lady 2-3 weeks ago from Brooklyn. Nice looking young lady. We spoke for a second. And she was like, growing up, she couldn't never walk alone in New York. I was like, you couldn't walk alone? You couldn't go outside? No, I couldn't go outside at night. I'm like, what? It didn't make sense to me because I was always told the city never sleeps. I was like, yeah, that's right. And but she was like, yeah, in New York, you might get sold. I'm like, what? You might get sold? And I was like, man, that sounds like some Mexico stuff. I'm right here on the border. That stuff does happen down here, mainly on the border. But she was like, yeah, it happens all the time. You might get sold. Get sold, I'm like, man, yeah, it was just unimaginable. You know what I'm saying? But I guess. So just think how that's going to increase. Yeah, crazy world. And that's going to increase. Got to be ready for everything. So that's why the books say, gather yourselves together, because there's strength in numbers. But a lot of people can't leave that world alone, Oh, I got to make the money. Oh, I got to have this thing or that thing. Oh, I got to pay the bill. And, oh, yeah, this ain't shiny enough. This ain't new enough. I get some credit. We're going to buy this one and buy that one and expand. Oh, make some more money. Man, that money is fiat, which means look up Weimar Republic. See what happened to that stuff. Look up Zimbabwe. See what happened to that stuff. That's what's going to happen to the currencies of the world here shortly. And I'm steady looking around, guys, because I always watch your surroundings. You should do that. That's what they say. Keep your head on a swivel. They say, watch your 6, right? 12, 3, 6, and 9. 6 would be behind you. Watch your back. So use your mirrors, right? When you're in a vehicle. All of them. Always be unaware. Nowhere's safe. Nothing is safe. Yeah, don't be like, oh, I got a gun. I'm safe. You're a fool if you think that. Who doesn't have a gun? Matter of fact, Texas, passed the House. What is it called? They passed the House where you don't have to have a concealed license to carry a weapon, concealed or open. And I don't mean a rifle, a long gun, or a shotgun. I mean a pistol, a handgun. It passed the House with flying colors. And it's already 20 states that have passed it to where you can just walk around with one. You don't need to fill out no paperwork. You don't need to, you know what I'm saying? No fingerprints, no back. You've done the background check to get the weapon. You're old enough to carry it. And that's a good idea, knowing that the times we're going in and who we may be going up against. You don't want to have your citizens, facing possibly foreign militaries or guerrilla warfare. Have all these stipulations to be able to be armed. So it passed the House. It probably has to pass the Senate, and the governor has to sign off on it. But it's already 20 states doing that. And then you got 2 states going the opposite direction. New York and California. They're pretty much banning guns altogether. And you might as well throw Illinois in there with them. And they're pretty much banning it. They're making it like an act of Congress to get a gun and to get ammo for it. And so many people are leaving New York. It's like the banks, even the banks, the taxes are just going up astronomically. And all the people on the East Coast, when they leave New York, they're taking it down to Florida. Florida has a lot more freedom. And so, yeah, they're going to Florida, man. So the only 2 places in the entire world that have banned the mandatory COVID papers, there's Texas and Florida. The only 2 places in the entire world, not the entire country, in the entire world that's banned it is Texas and Florida. And New York has green-lighted it. Yes, that's correct. That's correct. The Excelsior pass, you got to have show your papers, prove that you've done got to be smart. They got a digital one, they have an app, and they have physical papers. You don't need no chip to do this, and you don't need a chip for them to see it in your skin. But yeah, guys, I just wanted to tap in and let y'all know, be careful, stay prayed up. It's time to rise and shine, let your light shine, because love covers a multitude of sins, yours and others. And let your light show shine, because we're going to have to be the ones to put this thing back together. They're going to destroy each other, but they have to be wiped off of the land. The scripture talks about the only way to cleanse the land from the blood that's been shed on it is to shed the blood of those who shed the blood. So, yeah. And the Most High is going to do that. I even heard one of the quote-unquote Christian pastors, Gentile, say that same thing. He said, yeah, you look at it, they're going to sweep them off the land. Sweep us off the land. I'm like, yeah, don't you? You've been listening. You didn't used to say anything like that. People leaving New York, California, Washington State, and coming to Texas. Yeah, true. Definitely. So just be aware, guys, of your surroundings. It's time to start grouping together. You want to be close to people to where, I've said this before, you don't have to call, oh, I got this one. They live 3 hours this way. These live 30 minutes. These live, no. Come together. We need to be a community, right? And we need to do things together. Central Texas is flooded with people. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, that's definitely. And Central Texas, unfortunately, like Austin, is pretty much California. Yeah, it's not on par with a lot of Texas. People from California came and they brought their way of life, and oh man, yeah, it's like guns and stuff is almost taboo unless you're in the countryside. But if you're in the city, oh man, they bringing all these stupid California laws. Get that mess out of here. This ain't California. This Texas, man. Yeah, yeah, man. Yeah. So, other than that, guys, I'm still trying to search for more. I need more information to get that out to you guys. But they're cutting all the communication, all the communiques. Little, very little coming out. So all they gotta do is cut your phone and internet, and cordon you off, catch you with your pants down, whole city. And then they be like, put up a checkpoint. Be like, okay, show your papers, please. You got to be vaccinated to come through here, like New York is doing. As goes New York and California. At least that used to be like that. So you may have some states separating from the country. It may be divided like it was during the Civil War. You know what I'm saying? You may have, hey man, who knows? But definitely stay prayed up, stay in the Word, have faith. We already knew this was coming, but now it is a practical point to where you have to do something. You ain't just sitting on your couch. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I trust the Lord. It ain't just sitting on your couch watching TV. That ain't no trust. That ain't no faith, because you ain't doing what He told you to do. You know. Oh, I'm just gonna enjoy myself. Stupid ass. Excuse me for my French. That's really not French, but hey, you know the thing. Yeah, the dummies just, oh, I ain't worried about it. There's nothing to worry about, but you got to be smart about it. If your gas hand is on E, you just gonna keep on driving? No, stop and get some gas. You have to be smart. Oh, I trust the Lord. I'm gonna drive. I can make it to California, and I'm coming from Maine, and I'm on empty. You ain't gonna. You know what? You're gonna make it all right, but that vehicle gonna stop. Somebody gonna have to give you a ride, or you're gonna have to hitchhike. You're gonna have to walk. Yeah, be smart. Be smart. Yeah, so we don't know how long society is gonna stand up once these booms start dropping. I hope so. I hope so. But now, with what they did, they done got Elon Musk in here, and he's I'm gonna put a battery pack on the Texas grid so this doesn't happen again. That wasn't the worst storm we ever had. Now you finna mess it up. You finna get it to where it's gonna happen all the time. Yeah, you ain't fooling nobody. So we need to get off the grid anyway. We need to be able to, if the power went out today, if it was a CME or EMP, you need to be able to still survive. Still be able to eat, get full,